All right, we are live with Knurled News, episode number 36. If you are not yet subscribed to the newsletter and you like this type of content, do us a favor, subscribe down low in the description. We also got some other links for that help support the channel, help me pay for Mike's expensive salary to do this weekly show.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this whole company down with my expensive asking rate, my going rate to get on a
Yes.
podcast. Yeah.
That being said, you can also check out the replay on Spotify, Apple, and I think wherever you listen to podcasts. That
Yeah.
said, I think Michael, or we only have one. Let's give it like a few more minutes before we dive into your favorite
Let the people come in. Let the
television
people come in.
shows.
Yeah. I finally picked out my option, my choices for my favorite television shows, but I still feel weird. Like it's hard to only choose five. Yeah, but I finally did it
Absolutely.
because I was taking too long, and I didn't want to let the I didn't want like it to linger out there for too long. Yeah, exactly. Colin's getting too excited for the list. Good morning, Eric, Joey, Colin.
Thank you for the live listeners each week.
Yeah, always
Thanks for the
grateful.
chats.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you what, I went camping this past weekend. We just got back yesterday, and my neck is all types of jacked up. So if you see me like turning my whole body to look left or right, that's why. It's because I got camping neck.
Camping neck.
Camping neck, yeah, that's what you get for sleep on an air mattress for too many days in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like the
All,
guys are pouring in.
yeah. I think our numbers are up there a little bit. All right, and then also we'll get to the list, but
Okay.
at the end of this episode, we will share where we're going to be doing this episode live next week.
Oh, fun.
Super
We are gonna
exciting.
tell them. Yeah.
We'll tell you think tell them, or should we just surprise them when we're there?
I mean, they're gonna hate us if we do that again. We
What do you
should
think
tell them.
though?
We'll tell them at the very end.
Tell them at the very end.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we left them hanging last week, and
Should we leave them hanging
I mean,
more?
we could,
I
we
kind of
could.
want to leave them hanging more. We can decide at the end if we want to share.
Okay, we'll see where we're at.
Yeah.
Jameson's encouraging me to go see Dr. Bo Hightower. I do know Dr. Bo, who he is at least. I've been following that guy for a long time. Should we jump into TV show list?
Yes.
Should we do that? Okay, so
Yes.
for those of you that don't know, was it 2 episodes ago or three?
Might have
I
been
don't
three or
know.
four.
Jake opened up the show by presenting his 5 favorite television shows of all time. He gave 2 honorable mentions, and then at the end of his list, he asked me to come up with a list. I take my TV shows very seriously. I've watched a lot of them, and I have taken way too long to finalize the list. In my defense, it wasn't like I've been sitting here spending hours combing through the list. It's more about just like finally sitting down to get it done. All right, so I'll start with my honorable mentions. I'm gonna start with the series 24. Did
Okay.
you ever
An
watch
oldie.
24?
Yes, I watched 24. I think that was one show when that I was I was probably a teenager, right?
Okay. Yeah, probably yes. I
Probably
was
teenage
I was
age.
young.
Yeah, I was young. I remember watching it like on Fox or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember it
Yeah.
being a good one. Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland. So the reason I had to give 24 an honorable mention here, it doesn't hold up to today's shows, but it was the first show that I ever binge watched because you could go rent the disc from their, TV DVD pack from Blockbuster. So I would just rent through the seasons, and then that was the first show I binge watched, and that is what like introduced me to like the whole like TV show binge watching like 6 seasons over a weekend type of thing. So 24. And then my next honorable mention, it's a classic. It's got to be a sitcom. This was tough for me. Yours was your sitcom, your one and only sitcom, I think, was The Office, but mine is going to be Seinfeld.
Okay.
And that was tough. It was between Seinfeld and Friends. I used to watch both of those shows
Okay.
all the time as a kid. So Seinfeld and 24. It looks like Joey's got some comments on 24. I like that people are giving me props on 24. Okay. First one on the 5 is I wanted something that was really wild and out there, but it's The Leftovers. Did you ever watch The Leftovers on HBO?
Mm-mm.
Super weird. It's kind of like Lost, where you're not even sure what's going on from one episode to the next, but you keep on watching. So The Leftovers, HBO show.
Never
I
even
think
heard
it's
of it.
only 3 seasons. Highly
Okay.
recommend it. Okay. The next one on my list, it's a mini series, meaning there's only ever one season of it. It's another HBO show. They kind of are the kings of television. Chernobyl. Did you ever watch Chernobyl on HBO?
No, but that I would like that. It's like a doc or no, is it? What is it? Yeah.
It's based on like a
Yeah.
real story of like a nuclear power plant basically exploding in a
Yes.
small town, and you get to
Yes.
watch all of the stories that unfold around it.
Man,
And
yes,
it's
gruesome. That's why I haven't seen it.
gruesome.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. There it was tough because there's a lot of mini series out there, like one season shows, especially on HBO, that are fantastic. But Chernobyl, I couldn't stop watching it.
Mm,
Fantastic.
mm.
All right, next on my list. This one's yes, Colin, Chernobyl is a masterpiece. Thank you for that.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see what order we go in these on.
Okay,
Okay.
real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Prison Break was good.
Oh, Prison Break was great. That's on my list. They just towards the end, if they lose their momentum a little bit, like they didn't make my top 5, but there are other ones on there. Yes, I love that. Jonathan checking in to avoid his responsibilities. I'm doing the same right now as I squiggle my work mouse to keep it alive over the left screen here. What did we just say? Oh, Prison Break. Yeah, really, really good. Okay, my next one is Friday Night Lights.
Oh, good one.
Did you watch Friday Night Lights?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Fantastic show. If you played football growing up, you'll love it. It is just it's based around a football team, but the stories and all of the stuff, it's not like would you call it a show about football?
Not really.
It's about a town.
I will add that, one of those, everyone kind of has a movie that if they just like throw it on the background, I'll put the movie Friday Night Lights on.
Oh, really? The movie.
I like
Okay.
the movie.
Did you
I
ever
like the
read the
show too.
book?
Yes, I read the book in like elementary school.
Yeah. I read it
Yeah.
I think I was out of high school, but it was a long time ago. But it's a real story. Like the whole
Hmm.
story of a town built around a high school football team, and they've made movies and a television show. The television show was extremely well done. So, all right. Last two. I really wanted to try and make them all ones that you didn't choose, but you chose a couple of really good ones that I couldn't not put on the list. But The Wire,
Okay.
excuse me, The
Yeah.
Wire is my second to last. I think it's probably the greatest HBO show of all time, and it's their first one. Really, really good. And then sitting at the very top, I think it's the perfect 5-story arc, Breaking Bad. We talked about it on yours. Breaking Bad is just that good. Ozark is good too. There's a lot of, yeah, I agree. It was in there. That one's great. I think Prison Break was great. Got a little weird towards the end. There was a lot in there on my list that didn't make the cut. Like Handmaid's Tale, also really good. Got a little weird at the end. Silicon Valley on HBO, comedy series, really, really good. So many good ones out there. Check out Sleeper Cell on Showtime if you like 24. Nice.
I think you made a comment that you didn't choose any. I didn't choose any Apple ones. You didn't choose any Apple ones either.
You're right. I didn't choose any Apple ones because even though it was just tough, I've watched a lot of shows. And I tried to make sure that I chose shows that have finished, that are not currently still airing. Because you don't know where they're going to go. Maybe they're going to, not land the plane well.
Like what?
Well, like Silo on Apple TV is still airing. The first 2 or 3 seasons have been phenomenal, but I don't know where it's going to go. What was the other one I didn't choose because it's still airing? Oh, maybe it's not even on my list for that reason. I can't remember, but there was a couple other ones that are still airing and I didn't pick. Put
Okay.
them on the list. So,
All right.
good morning, Kinsey. Yeah, so that's the list.
Good
It's
morning,
tough to
everyone.
take it down to 5.
All right, well let's get into the document here.
Eric says Ozark was good. I think most TV now is trash, but I can't watch anything. Haven't watched TV in a long time. Well, you're missing out, Eccles. There's some good television out there.
All right, quick little home GymCon update. Is that sharing?
One half of it is
That's weird.
the
Oh, it's
floor
loading.
plan, kind of. Is that the floor plan? Well, that's like
So that's the floor plan.
pieces.
We had the other one should be the vendor list, which should be automatically there. It goes. So here we have the floor plan. It is in progress. I think I've mentioned this on recent podcasts that we are getting it going, and we're pretty much letting people choose one or two at a time. So this could be like a month-long process. Hopefully, companies choose within like a 24-hour period. That would be very helpful as we roll this out. But you can see the layout on the left side of the screen. If just to like put it in perspective versus last year, I am going to highlight a rectangle that we did not have access to. So all of this rectangle was not there last year. So we're coming back. We've got the full floor. We have ATX and Bulletproof who have chosen their spots, and we are choosing spots based on a specific order. So we're allowing the award winners to choose first, premium sponsors from last year choose right after that, competition supporters, and then order of sign up. So I think there's about, and also we're letting the bigger booth choose this year as well first as well to help fill up this floor plan. Also, I'll just I'll go over it at the top right where I'm highlighting. We have powerlifting. Top middle, we have old time strongman, and also the grip competition is going to be back there. Top left, we have strongman. Middle left, we have some food, and then bottom left, we have Olympic weightlifting. If we do get some more competitions, we'll probably keep them either at the top, or on one of these sides. With
Okay.
the main goal is to really keep the flow going through the entire thing. So that was the biggest feedback I think I received last year from the vendors. So other than like load in, load out being somewhat cumbersome, the layout wasn't necessarily 100% ideal, especially if you were towards the back of this L shape.
Would you orient me here for a second? Am I seeing this right? Is the food sitting underneath the overhead office from last year? Is that where that food is at right now?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, got it.
And
So then go ahead.
just a heads up before you get going, there's another overhead office here
That we
that
were
we did
not,
not have
we didn't have
access to.
access to. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So that means that the weightlifting is in that corner that the entrance was technically in this past year, right? Like there's those doors over in the corner of the room that we all came in.
False. We are
False.
going to keep the entrance in the same spot. And yeah, it's tough. I'm glad you asked that question though. But the
Okay.
bottom right is the entrance.
From last year?
It's yes. If you remember, we had like the L shape, and the entrance was over here, and you came in and you went through the L.
Okay. Huh. I thought it was on the same side of the building or the like the same wall that the food was on, but just tucked into a corner. But maybe I'm
No, but there
misremembering.
were there were definitely some people who found their way through that that we will get fixed going
Okay,
for this
maybe
year.
maybe
Yes.
that's what it was. Maybe it was not a dedicated entrance. So Yeah, but that's cool.
But
That's looking huge,
but
massive.
this is something we've done in the past, like 3 or 4 months before the event, and it's going to be cool to have it pretty much set all the way up with like 9 months to go. So,
Yeah.
one of the major things that has happened over the past was we'd get prospectives who are like, "Hey, we want to see where we can choose a spot before we sign up for Home Gym Con." And I've usually been like, "Hey, we're not picking that for a few more months." So, but we choose in order of sign up. So there's a little bit of incentive for somebody to sign up because you
Yeah.
choose in order of sign up. However, they don't know and they're not necessarily ready to pull the trigger. But we're a little bit more organized at the outset of it, and hopefully, fill this thing up.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna fill up that space. Looking good. I like that the award winners from the previous year get top pickings. That's a really nice, like that's huge right there. That's a nice little add-on to the award perks is getting first picks.
Yeah, there's really quite a few incentives to um, get involved that help the following year. So like you award winners, competition supporters, and then you also have the ability to sign up before non-vendors.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so like any companies who are waiting to sign up for Home Gym Con so that they can get the perfect spot, it's going to be even more difficult year after year after year. So you really do have to like invest some time into it first, in order to get some of the perks of the following year. It's kind of a retention tactic.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like it. It's a good retention tactic.
Yeah. I
Sweet.
don't I don't know how many actually are comprehending that, but but it is there. And then also if you look at the vendor list, it's been steady the last few weeks in terms of getting new vendors. And
You have been,
if you
yeah.
if you remember, there was quite a big gap that was around the logo just even a few weeks ago, and we've somewhat filled that up, and gonna have to start making those logos smaller as more
Yeah.
companies come in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's filling up. I have noticed that they're trickling in again, so that's great news.
Yeah.
Yeah, floor plan's looking good. I mean ATX and Bulletproof know what's up. That's kind of that was definitely like a hot pocket right there. We'll see how it all plays out with next year in the big open space, but yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tough for some companies to choose where they want. Like, do they want to be in the middle? Do they want to be right outside of strongman? I think the strongman competition, the powerlifting competitions, and Olympic weightlifting, I think they're all going to be quite a bit larger this year. So
Okay.
there's also, if you're a company that like is supporting a specific sport, you're more niche than maybe some of these broad general companies like Rep or ATX or Bulletproof. There's a lot of value in being right outside the competition as well, because you're going to have this group there for like 2 days straight.
Right, right. Sweet. Looking at the
All right, that's enough.
comments.
Let's see.
Yeah, just got some people in here. Matt Pendergraph popped in. Oops. Do we both put it up at the same time?
Yeah, I was going to respond. It's not
To which one?
working. To
To the paired?
paired and
Oh
powered
yeah,
up.
it's not working. Go ahead and try again. I'm not
I think,
trying.
yeah, I think we got a little glitch there
We glitched out the
because
comment
we
viewer.
glitched out because we both clicked. But yeah, anybody can get a booth if you're a content creator, if you're a vendor, just gotta pay the price.
No handouts, even
Um,
for weekly listeners.
we're done with handouts. All right, let's move on to the next slide. So we've got
Yeah.
a nifty little product from Abmat. You want to take this one? You said you already purchased it, and you might have a little more background than I do, but I do think this is a cool one.
I think it's cool. All right. So let's see. What is my background on this one? Okay. So
You bought it.
I bought it. Yeah, there's that. There's that. So for a few reasons. Number one, I was tired and laying in bed, and I got the pre-launch email from Austin over at AbMat, and I'm like laying in bed at like 11 o'clock at night, and I get that email that pre-orders are open. It's from my guy Austin, and I already knew about it because Ryan Humiston, the co-inventor of the ROM pad, he's a big, fitness YouTuber. He's been around for a while. I've been watching him. I've done quite a few of his programs, and there's like a baked in trust. Like I trust him. So there was that. I'm like, oh, you're releasing a product with AbMat. I was feeling weak on the purchase side of things, and it was only $40. And so all of those reasons, I was like, why not? I'll try it. My chest could use some definition. And then man who parks in the gym, Jason, was talking very highly of the ATX bench that has the rounded back like this, like that's like baked in. And it was like one of his favorite products at HomeGymCon. So all of those voices and thoughts in my head just was like an insta buy for me for the ROM pad. But basically, it's just supposed to raise up your shoulder blades to allow you to get a better range of motion on flies and pressing movements from the bench. And it secures that like basically half foam roller pad with AbMat special technology. It secures it to your bench pad so it doesn't go sliding around a bunch. Yeah, not only $40, but then there's plenty of codes out there, vintage, carp, fig jam, that will save you 10%.
GGE5.
GGE5. Don't forget that one. Use that one. Use that one. Yeah. I don't even remember whose did I use. I did use one. And I used an affiliate code. I just don't even remember whose. But yeah, so that's what the ROM pad is. It's supposed to increase range of motion for your pressing and fly movements. And I'll tell you more once it actually arrives today. I've got an email saying that it's out for delivery. So
it looks like you can still buy it. And from what I heard, the Ryan Humiston,
I don't know. I don't know how to say it.
Promotion was huge. Like the initial feedback, even before this product was released, based on him promoting it, was massive.
Really?
So, like, I think this is going to be a hot seller.
Yeah, I was wondering, well, how long will it stay $40? Like you look at other AbMat's not like an overpriced product type of company, but their other padded pieces like this are closer to 60 or 70. So I thought I could see this bumping up in price. So let me just go ahead and YOLO it right now.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's my first official AbMat product. Okay. I have the AbMat, but it's like the Rep Fitness branded version, like the actual AbMat thing, but never used that.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if I've ever seen this many people in the live chat say I've already got one.
Oh, how many other people say
there's been like 5 or 6 up here.
Oh, nice.
I've used a rolled up towel for a ROM pad for years. So this solves the problem. So yeah, I think this is going to be a winner. I might pull the trigger on this one too. This one looks good.
Yeah, there was shipping on top of it. Andy's calling that out, that shipping kills, but don't let it, because at least they're not in the free shipping gang. But then again, how much stuff are you buying at one time from AbMat? I don't know, but it wasn't too bad for me. I got in for under 50, I think. I'm surprised to hear you say that they're still up for sale, because he said they only ordered 300 with their original batch. So I thought for sure those would go overnight.
I looked this morning and it looked like they were still for sale.
Okay. Looks like Texas 50 cal ordered one. Oops. That wasn't which one I meant to show on stream, but it popped up right as I was going to show that one. So there you go. Yeah. So you think you're going to probably try and grab one, Jake, too?
I think so.
It's just a why not. It's one of those, okay, if I hate
$40, yeah.
It's okay if I hate it, no big deal. Somebody will buy it from me.
Right. All right, let's move on to the next product. Here, I'm going to switch screens. All right, so I'm a sucker for these little stories like this. All right, is the new tabs showing yet? There we go. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna hit volume medium to low. So yeah, check out this video. I think it's like a minute.
Greetings, Craig Sisler here. I'm the inventor of the KettlePod adjustable kettlebell. So it started a few years ago when I decided I wanted to get kettlebell exercises into my workout routine. But I didn't want to spend $2,000 or $3,000 for a full set of kettlebells. I didn't want to fill up my house with weightlifting equipment either. So I thought, well, surely there are adjustable kettlebells in the market. Like you've got dumbbells and barbells, you can change the weights. Same thing, right? So I checked, and sure enough, I found a bunch of adjustable kettlebells out there, but none of them made any sense. Turned out they all fell into one of three different categories. Either they were cheaply made or didn't look and feel like a kettlebell, so what's the point? Others, you had to use a proprietary weight system, so if you had weight plates already, like I did, you couldn't use them. And the third thing was the difficulty changing weights. To put something on the side and then screw a knob over here, it was crazy. So I thought, well, what the heck? I'll just build my own then. That's how this journey started. Designs, redesigns, building prototypes, tearing prototypes apart. It turned into a slog that I didn't expect. Finally, I came up with KettlePod. I found the solution that addressed all those problems I had before. The KettlePod is built like a tank, looks and feels like a kettlebell. You can use your own weight plates if you want. There's no proprietary weight system. And the last thing, you can change the weights faster than in the market. So together, I thought this is the solution, but maybe I should show it to other people and find out if I've lost my mind. I took it to weightlifters, gym owners, physical therapists. Everybody I showed it to said the same thing. Yeah, this is really cool. And now here I am, finally, after a couple more years. I don't have just one patent, but 5 patents. I mean, who knew, right? But probably the most exciting part of this is the fact that I'm finally bringing the KettlePod to market so other people can use it and enjoy it. It's been quite a journey. Greetings, Craig Sisler here.
All right, I'll take this one.
for
Again,
it.
cool story. Or we lost the screen. One second, let me reshare this. Let me start again. 1,
Okay.
2, 3. All right, cool story. I stumbled as I was looking for new products released to the market for this podcast and newsletter. I stumbled across this one that was recently added to Rogue's website. And then, so I don't know exactly how long this has been out there, but Rogue just added it. It looks like it might have been released like a year ago or something like this. But personally, I have made the switch from regular kettlebells in my home gym to adjustable kettlebells. I use the Rogue, or no, sorry, I use the Bells of Steel adjustable kettlebells. Very nice. And I don't do anything like fancy with them. I just do regular swings and those sorts of things.
Okay.
So I think this would be a really good option to that for people who want to use regular Olympic or standard plates for somebody that you already have. And also, what I really like about this is it looks like you can like lock it in so that the plates shouldn't be juggling. So obviously you're not going to use this for any sort of like snatches. I wouldn't think. But this looks like a really strong option for somebody in the home gym who wants to add an adjustable kettlebell. And I can't remember, we've done surveys in the past. I'll have to look this up, but it's like how many people want adjustable dumbbells? And that is on the rise year after year after year.
Really?
So is the amount of people that want adjustable kettlebells instead of a whole set. Because I think most people in the home gym, they just want a basic set, something simple so that they can use whenever they want it, maybe once a week, twice a week, et cetera. They're not necessarily doing like kettlebell workouts. So I think this is a really good option for those sorts of people.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, this is the first time I've seen them. Obviously, there's similar products out there. I'm also trying to keep up with the chat, which is getting busy at the moment.
I remember I used to have the kettle grip.
The kettle
Do you remember the
grip.
kettle grip?
What
It was
is that the
real
one that
hot,
like
like
snapped around
a
a
dumbbell.
a dumbbell kind of thing? Yeah. I remember that, and that was something that I wanted in early COVID when I thought I needed a kettlebell solution. Um
So real quick, I'm going to answer this. My question is, if it isn't great for most popular moves, is it worth buying? I hope I didn't say most popular moves. I said I think it's great for the most basic moves. I wouldn't say the snatch and clean is one of the most popular moves. So that's basically my argument. That most people aren't going to be doing snatch and cleans with kettlebells, like the average home gym owner at least.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I have a small set of kettlebells. I went the other way. I wanted some kettlebells and I just YOLO'd like a small set of them. Um, and I found the same thing like what Joe was saying. Like swings are the kind of the go-to, and most of mine are too light for me for swings. Like only the top two are heavy enough, and I should still have heavier ones for swings for me. But this looks interesting. They went with that Walmart hammer tone gray I see on the paint. I am curious though. I think um, somebody mentioned it. Like, are the plates gonna move? Like, if you only loaded like three or four, are they gonna move during your swing potentially? And then it's just a pin holding in the top. Which is interesting. So there's going to be some wobble and some play, I think, if the pin is just secure or that top handle is just secured with the pin. But there's a lot of different options for adjustable kettlebells. This one's interesting. Crazy that it made Rogue's website. So yeah, it
I
must have been out for a while. It didn't just
I
like
s- I see this being a
release.
good one. Yeah,
Do you?
I mean I do. I really do. I have the Bells
Okay.
of Steel ones. They're really great.
How much
There's
do they cost?
wobble. Well, the thing is, you have to use the plates that come with it.
For Bells of Steel, you do.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So
Gotcha.
this is a differentiator in that, which you can just use what you already have. And then I will stick with my argument that most people aren't going to be doing snatches. I think
I'm not
anyone in
doing
the kettlebell
snatches.
world
Yeah.
are, but most people aren't.
Okay. It's cool. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm not your ideal market for this, but I know there's lots of options out there. There's like power pins too that aren't technically like kettlebells, right? They're more for like loaded carries. So I
Yeah,
think that that's what this most reminds me of is like a power pin type of thing.
got it.
But this has the official kettlebell handle on it, which is different. But yeah, it looks cool. Looking at the Rogue new stuff page right now is funny. I didn't know Rogue's getting into Halloween branded stuff. I don't know if you saw any of their
I
bright orange
almost
colors.
I almost added that to the newsletter, but I
Okay,
didn't.
interesting.
They do
Yeah.
that every year. They have
Okay.
not necessarily like the products, but they always have their own Halloween T-shirts and stuff like
Okay.
that.
Well, now they've got a weighted vest in orange and brown. That is hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did see that. Um, all right, I think that's good for that.
Okay.
And then lastly, um, so a few weeks ago, I'm gonna keep names out of it, but a company reached out to a few people and they said, "Hey, just wanted to make you guys aware of this that's happening on our home gym Discord, and the home gym Facebook group. And that is astroturfing. So and I'm also going to mention that, I've done a little bit of this in the past where it's like, hey, if we could get this onto the Facebook group, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And in regards to Home Gym Con. And I will mention that if you can get a post, and this almost probably doesn't help explaining how much impact it can have, but if you can get a post onto the Home Gym Facebook group, for example, not necessarily Reddit, I didn't have any luck with Reddit, but it will drive a lot of attention. And whenever Home Gym Con is posted on the Home Gym Facebook group, and I don't want to say I've done anything terrible, and a lot also it does happen organically as well, quite a bit.
Right.
But that is when the HomeGymCon website gets the most traffic. It's like
Interesting.
hundreds and hundreds of people go to the HomeGymCon website. Usually no orders, usually no purchases, but it is a very good way to get traffic to your site or just make people known about a certain product. So I'm going to get into something a little bit different than this. But astroturfing, I don't need to go over everything here, but basically the issue is when there are like firms that do this for you. So somebody could have a full-time job or include it within a marketing package where they kind of like go undercover. They have people undercover and they just promote your product whenever they see fit. And it's pretty obvious. It's hard to like prove exactly how it's going, but or like what it's hard to prove specifically or it's hard to make somebody guilty, I should say. But what they're doing is things like pretending to be a regular person and you're posting a review of a product. You're planting discussion. So you're saying, hey, did you see this new product from Maxim Fitness? I just want to see what everybody thinks of this product. You're also going in there. You have groups that are coordinating upvotes, likes, comments. And again, it's really to push an agenda. It's not organic. It's not just to get feedback. So like I mentioned, like companies are going to be in there, leaders responding to, like, if there is an organic question asked and you can help them, I think that is fair. But it's when you are like clearly posing as somebody that's not with the company and you're just commenting every so often or as much as you possibly can. And I'm going to go into like some more of the issues. But here are a few examples. And if you are on the Facebook group, you see this all the time. And I'm not necessarily saying a certain action needs to be taken. I just think that people need to be aware of this. So it's really just being aware that like not everybody is necessarily authentic. But if you see somebody out of the kindness of their heart, just responding to somebody saying, hey, what do you think of the Rogue FM6 rack? And that you see them responding to every comment with, oh, it looks great, but have you seen this new all-in-one from X company? Over and over and over. And also, from what it sounds like, they're doing it in multiple platforms under different names, but it's clearly like the same verbiage. And, if you do some like word analysis with software, you can probably see that it's coming from the same voice.
Interesting.
So like anything like this, like, you see somebody just like commenting about specific features. Like if someone says, I want this Iron Master bench, what do you guys think? No, but you can use this coupon code to save this and it's half the price of the Iron Master, blah, blah, blah. So what I really want to get to is what are the consequences of this, specifically in this new world with AI and just in general, like we want to build this community the right way. So number one, search engines and specifically AI tools like ChatGPT are constantly scanning this type of stuff, and they will pick this up and recommend, so I'm going to take a guess and say there are thousands of search queries for what's the best all-in-one for my home gym.
Right.
And if a couple of brands are consistently posting, that's what's going to be recommended. And I think the biggest issue with that is for companies to compete. The only way for companies to compete with this in this current state of age is to do it themselves.
Okay.
So if other companies feel like they need to do this, then shady marketing becomes the norm, and like you're never going to be able to trust what's going on in the Facebook home gym group, for example,
Right.
or our home gym. And it's you know, it's the most the biggest it's most consequential to anyone new
Right.
or less
Yes.
informed. Because just going to see, if I saw something like that in you know, helping me choose the next lawnmower or my next phone, and there's like constant people recommending that, I'm gonna be naive and probably choose that, even though it may not be the best option. And then yeah, I think just like trust trust fades in the long run. So again, I don't necessarily want to condemn anybody, but I do think like the listeners of this podcast are the most passionate. They're the most aware. They're going to be the ones who are, you know, going to be able to call into question.
Sure.
But like, you know, if you're responding to the, you know, someone randomly posting this, you see it happening all the time, and you DM them. I mean, it's easy for them to say, "Oh no, I just really like my bench," you know, and
Right.
I don't think that's actually the case. So just wanted to bring this up, maybe have a conversation, maybe just like say, hey, this happens. It's happening all across the internet, and it would be great if it wasn't a huge issue in the home gym space, so that we can grow in the best way, you know.
Yeah, this is interesting. I didn't know this was called astroturfing. We've obviously seen it for a long time. It's morphed too, right? As technology's morphed. For instance, when I think back to 5 years ago when I was first, you know, putting together my home gym, you had a lot of those like companies, even YouTube videos that if you want to find best bench for your home gym, you'll find like the back then you would find these like top 10 websites that's all they did is they would put together top 10 list of all of these like commonly searched for products, and they were just affiliate link, you know, farms
Amazon,
essentially.
yeah.
Amazon, yeah. And so you're like, wait, these are the 10 cheapest, these are crap benches and they're all from Amazon, I'm not interested. So you quickly realize like, okay, I'm not looking for this stuff. Then you go towards like a home gym Facebook group or a home gym subreddit so that you can trust the insights a little bit more than just a search engine. But this changes things, you know, with AI being able to write like a human, then they can start to sway perception. I remember Joe Gray even talked about there were certain companies, I'm not going to name names, that would go back and comment on like old threads that are basically dead, but it would be where somebody was asking, hey, what's the best bench? And they would put their bench in there so that it fed the AI searches and the different search engines and stuff, because that's what makes it look popular, is if there's been conversation on it. So yeah, this is not good. Not good. It's going to be
Yeah.
hard to pair or to identify. I was reading paired and powered up, so that's why it says hard to pair. But yeah, hard to identify. Man, no
Yeah.
bueno.
Yeah, I don't think it's a huge issue if you're like the founder of Rogue and you're like, hey guys, we just released this product. What do you think? I personally don't think that's too big of an issue.
No, that's
I don't think it's
different.
an issue at all. I don't think it's an issue at
Yeah,
all.
I don't
Or, you
either.
know, yeah, it's really just the hiding faces in the group who are sitting at a keyboard all day long, just like looking for questions and
Yeah.
copying, pasting paragraph long product infomercials.
I saw one the other day, I think, on the Home Gym Facebook page where somebody was asking for like, it was a bench question. It was like, hey, what's going to be the best bench I should be considering? And the first was like a Kepi Amazon. And I was like, what? And I just moved on. And I was like, but I
Right.
wonder, was that one of them? I was like, Kepi, why is the Kepi coming up as their first recommended bench? I don't know. I wonder if that was astroturfing happening right there.
Yeah, well, I think too, it's like a lot of these companies can be part of a larger umbrella company. So like a lot of
Sure.
the no-name brands. So like they work for multiple brands at the same time.
Right.
I
That's why
believe.
you'll see two different companies' products being mentioned in the same response potentially because they're both their clients. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, get the Kepi bench plus the Mikolo rack or
Yeah.
something like that.
And
Yeah.
you can see they've gotten better too, because they're like, for example, the Iron Master bench is a great bench. However,
Right.
if you're not
Right.
looking to spend that much,
Yeah. That's the AI piece of it, kind of making it more convincing. I wonder too, like, will they pose the question just to give the answer? Like, is it that sophisticated?
I bet
Like,
so.
yeah, for sure. Man. Well, I guess what that tells me is that people are just going to have to watch Knurled News Live every Tuesday morning for authentic reviews and feedback. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I again, I don't think like I want people, like, it's cool. Like if you're in Discord or if you're in our home gym and a company founder comes in to chat with you guys about a certain product, that's cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I just opening it up for discussion, especially as the AI evolves. I think that changes everything as well.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure it doesn't lead to, ChatGPT just saying this bench is best. Yeah.
Maybe we can start a movement where anytime somebody sees a comment like that where they suspect that could be happening, they just comment like
Hey,
AstroTurfer.
send me a picture, or just like
Yeah.
send me. Can we see a picture?
Take a screenshot and post AstroTurfer. Like people will make fun of flat earthers by doing that. Flat earther, we'll just call them AstroTurfers or something like that if we don't trust their feedback. Yeah, that's wild. Take screenshots and yeah, send them to us. Maybe we can have like a whole slide and we can review what people think were attempted astroturfings.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I do. I just think the biggest thing is just making people aware what's going
Yeah.
on.
I think it's good. I think it's good. I'm scrolling through these comments that I haven't seen in a minute. Yeah. Autumn
You
said it.
want me to
Yeah.
make apology?
I mean, yeah, I think I know what you mean by you saying that you've done it before, but I wouldn't put it in the same category. Like that was more like, I don't know. There's like the grassroots, like kind of like what do you call it? Like guerrilla marketing type
Scrappy,
of
yeah.
scrappy versus this is different. This is organ. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sitting at a keyboard with every single product recommendation and say, hey, actually, you should try it in person at HomeGymCon. You know, like
Yeah.
that's actually the best way, you know.
That's a good one. That actually works. You know, all these questions about like, what's the best product? Oh, you can try them all in person at home gym. You could use that a lot. All right. That's funny.
All right. Well, that is all we have. We are actually doing this episode in person live together next Tuesday at Force USA in Salt Lake City. So,
All
so
right.
that'll be
You
fun.
drop the news. You drop the news.
We don't know exactly how we're doing it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But should be a cool experience for us.
Yep. This time next Tuesday morning, we will be in Salt Lake City at Force USA headquarters, coming at you live in person together. Somehow, we're not sure. Maybe we'll be doing it from an iPhone. I don't know, but yeah, it should be pretty good.
We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All
We're going
right.
to talk about all things Force USA, and I guess we'll see you guys there in 1 week.
Yep. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Later.